CREST International, please.
Distinguished Chair and delegates, on behalf of CREST International, may I welcome the Chair's continued commitment to stakeholder engagement. CREST is a not-for-profit which brings 18 years' experience of building trust in the digital world. It works with governments and regulators to advance the capacity and capability of cyber service providers and professionals through standard setting and quality assurance. Bearing in mind the Chair's guiding question requesting additional views from states relating to the development of the norms of responsible state behaviour and the references in paragraph 31 of the OEWG's third annual progress report to the importance of regulatory guidelines for protection of critical infrastructure, the critical role of the private sector in securing the integrity of the supply chain, the encouragement of the private sector to play its role in improving security, and the further development of the norms of responsible state behaviour, we continue to urge the OEWG to consider promoting minimum standards for the security of critical infrastructures and harmonising international certification frameworks to support the creation of trusted pools of cybersecurity service providers and professionals globally to give operators confidence in the quality of services. And noting the Chair's request for proposals for specific dedicated thematic groups that could be established as part of the future permanent mechanism, CREST would be delighted to join stakeholder working groups focused on these areas to coordinate activities and engagement with the future permanent mechanism and develop collaborative, action-oriented and experience-based proposals. Please may I take the opportunity afforded by this meeting to ask any OEWG stakeholders who may be interested in working with CREST in these areas to get in touch so that we can start to coordinate our efforts. Noting the Chair's request for examples of concrete action-oriented capacity building initiatives that advance international cooperation, I draw the OEWG's attention to our Cyber Accelerated Maturity Programme, or CREST CAMP. This enables cybersecurity service providers seeking to improve their maturity and quality to self-assess against CREST's internationally recognized standards and receive donor-funded mentoring from CREST members to fill the gaps identified. The first cohort of CREST Camp is underway, funded by the UK government, with 32 service providers from 11 countries in Europe, Africa, the Middle East and Southeast Asia, and we're about to launch a second cohort with funding from an alternative donor. In conclusion, CREST is committed to supporting the OEWG's goals and priorities through its ongoing efforts in standard setting, capacity building, and stakeholder engagement. And we look forward to continued collaboration with states and stakeholders. Thank you, Mr. Chair.